morning, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and all of Central Alabama. This is the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin.
5 o'clock, good morning. Welcome to the CBS 42 Morning News. I'm Art Franklin. We thank you for joining us. Reporter Sarah Canty, Britt Moore, and meteorologist Michael Smith are live working on new information for you this morning. But we begin with your accurate weather forecast. Here's Storm Track meteorologist Ashley Gann. Ashley?
Good morning, Art, and good morning, Central Alabama. Sunshine and full supply today. Temperatures very comfy right now in the 60s. Here's a breakdown hour by hour as we make our way through the morning and early afternoon. It's Friday. Get excited. We're rounding out the work and school week, and for many, a shortened work and school week. 70s at 7 a.m., mid-70s by 8 will hold in the 70s all the way through 10 o'clock this morning. Feeling pretty pleasant out there. Low to mid-80s through your noontime with 90s as we round out the afternoon. Highs this afternoon back in the mid-90s. A clear start in Birmingham this morning. But will things be changing as we move into your weekend? I'll break that down ahead in your Storm Track 7-day forecast. But right now, breaking down that morning commute, Rachel in your real-time traffic.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, downtown Birmingham looks nice and clear this morning. Earlier, construction on I-2059 heading southbound right before the junction. A right lane was closed. That's all now clear, but I am monitoring an accident that is on I-2059 right at exit 106 in Bessemer on the on-ramp to I-459. The accident is off of the roadway, and I just spoke with Bessemer Police, said this accident is not serious, but just drive slowly through this area. I'm continuing to monitor this for you. I'll let you know as soon as it clears. Also coming up in just a couple minutes, construction on Highway 280. Details next with your real-time traffic.
A development right now, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency investigating an officer-involved shooting. That shooting happened in the Gate City community yesterday afternoon. CBS 42 News reporter Britt Moore live at Birmingham Police Headquarters with what investigators are trying to figure out. Britt?
Well, Art, District Attorney Brandon Falls says right now it's difficult to say exactly how this all went down yesterday. What we know is when a police officer was chasing a suspect, a gun went off. Now, this all happened around 4:30 yesterday at the corner of Georgia Road and Joppa Court. Police were called to investigate a man acting erratically. Now, we're told a police officer approached that suspect and then the suspect ran. Police say that man had two guns on him. The man and police officers somehow bumped into each other. That's when one of the guns went off. Now, the officer suffered some minor cuts and bruises. The man's injuries are not life-threatening. Now, the real priority this morning is figuring out which gun actually went off. We're expecting an update from Birmingham Police at some point today. Be sure to stick with CBS 42 when we get the latest on this investigation. For now, we're live in Birmingham. Britt Moore, CBS 42 News.
New this morning, the White House is assessing North Korea's claims that it detonated a nuclear warhead during a missile test. North Korean leaders say the test is in response to international sanctions and U.S. hostility in the region. Well, North Korea is hailing its fifth nuclear test a success, saying the nation is now capable of mounting nuclear warheads on ballistic rockets. The president says North Korea's test would be met with serious consequences.
North Korea needs to know that provocations will only invite more pressure and further deepen its isolation.
Now, Japan's prime minister also voiced his concern, calling the test absolutely unacceptable. In a statement, North Korea says the test had no impact on the environment. Japan has sent military jets to the region to check for possible radioactive leakage.
Also new this morning, less than 60 days to the
Well, I'll take it, James. New this morning, it's less than 60 days to the general election. The 2016 presidential candidates are sharpening their verbal attacks. At her first formal press conference in 278 days, Hillary Clinton labeled Donald Trump a gift for ISIS and criticized his praise for Russia's president during Wednesday's Commander-in-Chief Forum. Trump standing by his remarks and called the Democratic nominee trigger-happy for voting to go to war in Iraq. Developing right now, investigators in Texas say it was a 14-year-old girl who died of a apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound after shooting and injuring another female student inside a high school. It happened yesterday in Alpine. That's about 220 miles southeast of El Paso. Meanwhile, police say a student was hurt in a shooting at a suburban Salt Lake City high school. Right now, the American flag raised by firefighters at Ground Zero is now on display at the National September 11th Memorial and Museum in New York City. The flag was missing for years, but turned up in 2014 when a man gave it to police in Washington State. He said then a 9/11 victim's widow gave it to him. Forensic experts determined that it is the flag from Ground Zero. Well, it is almost game time in Tuscaloosa. The Crimson Tide plays the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers tomorrow. CBS 42 News reporter Sarah Canty joining us live to explain what you need to know before heading to T-Town. Sarah, a lot of changes this year.
Yes, Art, and this stadium, Bryant-Denny, holds more than 101,000 people, so that means a lot of traffic, and there's a lot to know about changes to traffic routes and also other things before heading into the stadium. Now, there's a lot of construction in and around Tuscaloosa, so if you're trying to make it on time for the 2:30 kickoff, make sure you give yourself a lot of extra time. Also, before you head into the stadium, don't forget about the new clear bag policy. And on a lighter note, there's a new family-friendly tailgate area. It's free and will have a lot of activities for the kids. There will also be TVs to watch the game, and there will also be a no alcohol and very strictly enforced policy in effect there. Now, there's a lot to go over to get you game day ready. I'll be covering it all later this morning. For now, live in Tuscaloosa, Sarah Canty, CBS 42 News.
All right, Sarah, thanks a lot. And make sure you join us this weekend on the Red Zone, starting tonight at 10:15. We have the latest information from both Auburn and Alabama. The Red Zone pregame show is Saturday at 1:30, and then after the Alabama game at 6 o'clock, we will have Nick Saban live. It's all right here on CBS 42 News.
New details this morning about the high-profile murder trial of Hiawatha Robinson. A Mobile County jury has found him guilty of killing his daughter, Hawaii Robinson. Now, Robinson could be sentenced to life in prison for the felony murder conviction. He was arrested in 2014 for the disturbing murder of 8-year-old Hiawatha. Now, she was first reported missing before her body was found behind an abandoned building in Pritchard. Robinson is expected back in court in October for his sentence hearing.
We knew this morning Bill Cosby's lawyer suggesting the sexual assault case against him is racially motivated. Cosby's lawyers are taking aim at celebrity attorney Gloria Allred. She represents some of the accusers who could testify against him. Now, Allred calls the attack desperate. Cosby's sexual assault trial is set for next year in June. We knew this morning police in Ohio are investigating a threatening call that prompted the evacuation of the Cincinnati Zoo yesterday. A sweep by bomb-sniffing dogs found nothing suspicious. The zoo became the target of critics when the gorilla named Harambe was shot and killed in May after a 3-year-old boy fell into the gorilla's enclosure.
This morning, a NASA spacecraft is on the way to Bennu, a small asteroid orbiting the sun, hoping to bring back a handful of dust that could hold clues to the beginning of our solar system. Reporter Hannah Daniels has the latest on the first of its kind mission.
Everyone is go.
All eyes were on the heavens as OSIRIS-REx, a spacecraft named after the Egyptian god of resurrection and fertility, left for its mission to learn more about the origins of life on Earth.
And liftoff of OSIRIS-REx, its 7-year mission to boldly go to the asteroid Bennu and back.
The 19-story Atlas rocket carrying OSIRIS-REx blasted off, traveling at 22,000 miles per hour.
Every day at NASA, we're turning science fiction into science fact, and that's what we did tonight.
It will take the SUV-sized spacecraft 2 years to reach Bennu. Once there, OSIRIS will map the asteroid and then reach out its robotic arm to kiss the flying space rock, collecting dust and gravel to bring back to Earth.
What will happen when the samples come back will be decades of study.
Scientists say Bennu contains carbon that dates back 4 billion years to the beginning of our solar system.
We're going to be answering some of the most fundamental questions that NASA really focuses on. How does this planet work? How did this planet form?
If the 7-year quest is a success, OSIRIS-REx will bring back the largest cosmic bounty of space samples since the Apollo moon rocks. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Well, the spacecraft will reach Earth in September of 2023, dropping the sample container off for a high-speed plunge to the Utah Test and Training Range. It's about 80 miles west of Salt Lake City.
Well, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau fining Wells Fargo $185 million for opening millions of unauthorized accounts in order to satisfy sales goals. The bank fired at least 5,300 employees because of it. As part of the agreement with regulators, Wells Fargo will also compensate customers who had to pay fees or charges for those accounts. Still to come this morning, curbside deliveries to football stadiums. The company rolling out the new service. That's ahead. Ashley?
Well, a pleasant start this morning. Temperatures heating up this afternoon. But what's in store for those Friday night football games? I'll have details ahead in your Storm Track 7.
And next, the West Alabama police chief off the job this morning. After the break, a look at the investigation that has many asking questions. Stay with us. This is the CBS 42 Morning News. We'll be right back.
That's a lie. You raised us around an alcoholic. Stop.
A mommy dearest or derelict daughter.
They're seeing each other as unfit mothers.
Do you realize where you pushed me? I was contemplating killing myself. You've been playing killing yourself since you were 15.
All new Dr. Phil. Then on Monday.
JonBenet Ramsey's skull was fractured on the right side of her head.
Did you hit your sister over the head with a baseball bat or a flashlight?
Friday at 4 on WIAT 42.
I was only a few blocks from my house. I was bringing my son home from a doctor's appointment. And after that, I remember waking up in the hospital. I'm a student, a waiter, and a sole provider for my son. My family told me I needed help, so I called Mars Bart, and he got me $280,000.
If you were injured in a car wreck, call us now. Do what the people of Birmingham are doing. Call 251-6700. One call, that's all.
The Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders at Children's needs your help, and all you have to do is run or walk.
Come to Sebastian's Run Walk on September 10th and help us find a cure. For more details, please visit childrensal.org.
More recycling equals more jobs, which equals more money put back in your local economy. See, recycling just makes sense. Let us show you how recycling works in and for Alabama.
Here's another home ready to get Window World windows, and this is why they chose us.
Window World is America's #1 replacement window company. And since we sell so many windows, we can beat anybody's prices. Our windows are made right here in the USA. Energy Star rated, backed by the Good Housekeeping seal, with a lifetime transferable warranty, including glass breakage. At Window World, not only do we stand behind our windows,
We stand on them.
call us now for your free in-home estimate.
Window World, simply the best for less.
At Papa Murphy's, love means using only blocks of real 100% whole milk mozzarella. The real deal, grated fresh in-store daily. No highly processed, poured from a bag pizza cheese like the other guys use. Because just like real love, real cheese is better. Share the love with a home-baked, large, one-topping pizza. Just $7 when you order online at papamurphys.com. Love at 425 degrees.
Beds Express is a proud sponsor for the CBS 42 Morning News. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin.
Glad to have you along with us on this Friday morning. Welcome back into the CBS 42 Morning News. The time right now, 13 minutes after the 5 o'clock hour. And developing right now, a West Alabama police chief is off the job this morning and his department is being investigated. The Moundville Police Department is under audit for problems with its record-keeping practices. City Attorney Robert Spence says the audit is over internal records, but there is no indication anyone has done anything wrong so far. During the audit, Police Chief Ken Robertson says he will stay on suspension.
You know, this is my home. The worst they're going to find in my office is they'll probably discover that I'm a man who'd much rather be out among the people than filing papers.
Well, Assistant Chief Keith Birch will take over as chief during the audit. Robertson will have a hearing before the City Council on September 23rd. New this morning, taking a stand against drugs. An unsatisfied woman in Montana is turning to shaming to get rid of illegal drug activity in her neighborhood. The signs at her home and buildings call for people to stop selling drugs in the neighborhood. April Veach says she's trying very hard to protect her family because she knows the police can't catch everyone. Those signs don't specify who might be selling drugs in the area, but she says those people know who they are.
Obviously, the people it's directed at are not super pleased with it. I was told I was overreacting. Next thing I know, I've got trucks and cars parked in front of my signs that normally wouldn't be there.
One thing we know, she's a brave woman, and that's why some of the signs now hang from the roof of her home. She says they can't block them up there. Right now, the Jefferson County Commission considering building a new Cooper Green Hospital. The aging building, which you see here, is currently a clinic for patients who need financial help with their health care. Now take a look at this. This is what the new Cooper Green would look like. It would be about half the size of the current facility, and it would take 2 years to build.
Turning our attention to weather on this Friday, here's a look at what the bus stop forecast will be holding. Plenty of sunshine. How about that? I'm grading it an A+ this morning. With those lower humidities, that's when things feel much more pleasant outside. Lower 70s as the kids step onto the bus this morning, although if they stepped outside right now, maybe to take that dog for a morning walk, temperatures are actually in the 60s. Looking ahead to the afternoon, bright blue sky. Lower 90s, we will see the rays of sunshine. The only reason for the not perfect score, yes, it gets an A, not the A+, because it's still just going to be a little on the hot side. We're ready for those temperatures to back off into the upper 80s. Then we'll start to give it the A+. Here's a look at those temperatures right now. 67 in Hamilton, 68 in Jasper, 65 in Gadsden with a pair of 6s this morning in Anniston. So all in all, everyone's seeing some 60s with the exception of Birmingham and Alex City, the only two places still holding on to that 70-degree digit. Clear scan across central Alabama at this hour. No rain to speak of this morning. There's some rain to our north beginning to nose its way into Kentucky, but that's as close as the nearest rain band is. But kind of want to show you this map because this ridge of high pressure is ruling our weather. That will provide us sunshine today and through the start of the weekend. So if you're planning on going out to any of those college games, look at tailgating temperatures in the mid-80s in Tuscaloosa, but it's a 2:30 game, 95 degrees for that kickoff. Be sure to grab the sunscreen. That sun is going to be intense, especially for those sitting in the upper deck. Here's a story in Auburn. That sun will begin setting around your kickoff at 6:30. Temperatures should be at about 86 degrees on the plains, and it's going to stay dry through the start of the weekend. I'll mention a small chance of rain on Sunday and a couple of stray showers through the early part of next week. That's a look at your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Talked about college football, but let's talk about those Friday night light games. Some rival games going on tonight. Joining me live this morning, Storm Track meteorologist Michael Smith with your weather on the road.
Hey, good Friday morning to you, Ashley. Yeah, you said it. Big rival, I'm talking big rival high school football game taking place at 7 p.m. tonight right here in Hoover. The Hoover Buccaneers and Spain Park are going to take it on at 7 p.m. That's kickoff. Here's a look at the forecast. Early this afternoon, temperatures are just downright hot. The humidity not too bad, in the lower 90s by 7. Kickoff time, mid-80s, partly cloudy, and then by 9 p.m. tonight, temperatures in the lower 80s. So the forecast looks good. Yeah, it's a little on the hot side, but no rainfall in the works today on this Friday football. And I know we've got a lot of Friday high school football games going on across the area, and then it's a big college football game event later on this weekend. But all is looking good right now and feels good here in Hoover. Now let's check in with Rachel and real-time traffic.
Thank you, Michael. Well, for all of the brave souls that take on Highway 280 every morning, heads up. On my way in this morning from Green Valley Road until you get to about Shades Creek Parkway, there's a construction zone and the speed limit goes down 10 miles per hour, so 45 miles per hour. After you pass this light, this is where the Whole Foods is along the westbound direction. This could cause major delays this morning. I'll be paying close attention to that area specifically, let you know if it does end up slowing down your drive time if you need to leave a little bit earlier. But again, 45 miles per hour for about a mile on Highway 280 westbound. All other commutes look great. I'll be breaking down if weather's going to affect the roadways later on this afternoon. That's ahead of minutes with your real-time traffic.
Well, Mazda has issued a worldwide recall of more than 2 million vehicles to fix a problem with the rear hatch. The company says lift supports for the hatch are susceptible to corrosion if water gets on them. The factory failed to apply enough protective coating to prevent the problem. The recall affects more than 759,000 cars and SUVs in the U.S. and Canada. We have a list of the cars impacted on our website, WIT.com. Just search Mazda recall.
So 2 favorite summer treats have been combined with the advent of alcoholic ice cream. You heard me right. But getting booze, sugar, and cream to work together in the same pint poses some special challenges. Reporter Brooke Silva Braga has the story that's all new this morning.
It's liquor-infused ice cream. It has alcohol in it.
Before Melissa Tavs could hand out samples of her Tipsy Scoop ice cream,
Tastes like, definitely like rum.
she had to solve a riddle of chemistry: how to mix booze into ice cream and get it to freeze.
I think the first recipe was basically a milkshake, which isn't bad.
No, it's probably delicious.
But yeah, we really wanted it to be a true ice cream.
After dozens of tasty missteps, she mixed up a batch with especially high butter fat. It froze, and Tipsy Scoop was born.
This is raspberry limoncello sorbet.
Tavs isn't alone in cracking the code. Snowbar sells alcohol-infused ice cream and popsicles in 9 states. They also ship them. Mercer's wine ice cream is available in more than 20 states.
Can you taste the alcohol?
A little bit.
The ice creams are unlikely to get you truly tipsy. Chemistry and the law keep the alcohol content to 5% by volume. Shoppers have to be 21 or over. Getting in stores has been a state-by-state struggle.
It's still kind of iffy. They're still working out the laws right now.
Pints retail for about $10 at markets including some Whole Foods. 6 packs ship for $75, a luxury for times when dessert or a drink isn't quite enough.
This is pretty good for like a post-breakup kind of treat, right?
Brooke Silva Braga for CBS News, New York.
Giving you some ideas there, obviously. Well, right now you can enjoy great food at the St. George Middle Eastern Food Festival. That festival is celebrating its 35 years, and it offers traditional Greek dishes by dine-in, take-out, or drive-through. There's also live music and church tours on site. The Greek Food Festival runs until Saturday, so all of the money raised will go to local charities like Pathways Women's and Children's Shelter and Three Hots on a Cot.
New this morning, Amazon partnering with NFL teams to provide on-site food delivery. It's called Prime Now. And if you're tailgating and forget something, you can order food, drinks, and more from online retail site, and it will be delivered right to the parking lot in an hour or less. That service is only available to Amazon Prime members who pay an annual subscription fee. San Francisco is the first team to offer that service. 522 Army worms invade a high school football stadium ahead the school forced to move tonight's game. But first, protesting for a cause after the break, the presidential candidate facing legal charges for doing just that. Stay with us. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News. We'll be right back.
It's hot in here. It's your kickin' chicken sandwich meal. It really brings the heat. Is it hot enough? Smoldering. I'm April. I'm July.
Set your world on fire? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The Kickin' Chicken Sandwich Meal. Chicken fingers on Texas toast drizzled with tongue torch sauce and ranch. Served with crinkle fries and a small beverage. Only at Zaxby's.
I'm Charles Tyler Clark, and I want to speak frankly with you about Social Security disability benefits. You've worked hard in your life. You've paid into Social Security over the years, and if you truly can't work, you've earned the right to receive that disability benefit. Just because someone in the government denied your claim doesn't mean they're right, and you shouldn't let anything stop you from appealing their decision. Don't give up. Call us today. Let us fight for what you deserve.
TitleMax makes it easy to turn your title into cash. Just go to TitleMax.com. Find out how much you can get.
Using TitleMax.com, I got $1,400.
$3,200.
TitleMax.com got me $9,700.
Best of all, most credit types are approved. Next time you need cash, try TitleMax for rate. Try TitleMax for the amount you need. Find out why so many people are saying, I got my title back with TitleMax.
Get your title back with TitleMax.
There's a stalled car in the center lane. You're looking at an hour delay. A massive pileup past the exit ramp. Please, you're gonna be late for work today. Shh.
Fire drill.
Oh, now that's a pleasant surprise. Just like finding out that with Direct Auto and Life Insurance, you can get a low rate and great services regardless of your driving history. Get auto insurance starting at just $21 a month and be pleasantly surprised.
Down, set, save.
Now at Limbaugh Toyota. 18888. 2016 Camry Special Luxury Edition. 18888. Automatic and leather. No charge. That's the score at Limbaugh Toyota. Down, set, save on Camry. 18888. Automatic, leather, no charge. At the all-new Limbaugh Toyota. Exit 120 off I-59 West.
Beds Express is a proud sponsor for the CBS 42 Morning News. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin.
Well, things are shaping up well. Thanks for being with us on this Friday morning. Welcome back into the CBS 42 Morning News. The time right now, 25 minutes after 5 o'clock. And if you're just getting up, here are some of the stories we are tracking for you this morning. Happening today, a federal judge is set to rule on the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe's request to temporarily stop construction near his reservation. This week, hundreds of people have gathered in 3 states showing their solidarity to halt the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Green Party presidential nominee Jill Stein will face misdemeanor charges for her role in the protests. Demonstrators say the project would harm drinking water and sacred Native American land.
Turning our attention to weather, it's going to be a great night for those football games. Let's fast forward to the Leeds and Vincent game tonight. We just had Michael Smith live with us talking about the Hoover Spain Park game. There's so many games to get through. We're going to try to just talk about a few today. Here 92 at 5 p.m. by 7 o'clock tonight, mid-80s, and then we're looking at those lower 80s by the final whistle. Mostly sunny sky this afternoon with a mostly clear sky tonight for folks in Leeds as they take on Vincent. We'll continue marching through all of the football forecasts today and let you know what's ahead. I'll have details coming up next in your Storm Track 7-day forecast. But right now, let's talk about the roadways this morning. Here's Rachel in your real-time traffic.
Thank you, Ashley. No delays on our roads this morning, not tracking any stop-and-go traffic, and they are dry. Also didn't notice any dense fog. I've got our road weather index on, dry scan all across our area. It's going to be the same story as you drive home and through your lunch hour later on this afternoon. Downtown Birmingham shaping up nicely. All construction complete along I-2059 eastbound. Gadsden, let's take a look at your morning commute. I'll have all the details for you ahead next with your real-time traffic.
Well, ahead this morning, take advantage of grandparents. A scam targeting many in Alabama, that's ahead. Plus, game day preparations at the Capstone. Ahead, what you need to know before you hit the road to Tuscaloosa this weekend. Stick with us. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News.
I didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching this whole thing happen to somebody else. I'm not gonna testify.
I'm Dr. Jason Bull. I'll be right there with you. You can do this.
They're not gonna believe me.
Don't give up on people. They're all we've got.
6:45 a.m. Alabaster Fire Station number 2. For these firefighters, every day is a busy day. So when they're starting their mornings, they watch the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin. They count on up-to-the-minute storm track forecasts so they know how to prepare for the day and whatever comes their way. Plus, real-time traffic reports help them avoid slowdowns on the road so they can get to the scene fast. Time is everything for firefighters. That's why they watch the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin, where mornings get started.
Next week on ET,
featuring moi.
Big stars, big exclusives, and big set visits. Action! We're first behind the scenes as Travolta transforms into mob boss John Gotti, hitting the dance floor with his real-life wife, Kelly Preston.
We started that way. We met on screen.
Plus, a first look on the set of Michael Weatherly's wild new show, Where Anything Can Happen.
We've been waiting for you.
Next week on ET.
Friday at 6:30.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day. There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days. Every day a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50 every day of the week at Subway.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on Sweet
Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day.
The interviews are complete, the families are chosen, and you get to meet them on September 12th in the Eco Savings Race 5th edition. Keep up with each team's progress at ecosavingsrace.org and follow along each Monday right here on CBS 42.
You won't believe the deals this Labor Day at Royal Furniture. Get a free wireless adjustable base with purchase of any 2016 Serta iComfort. Save 50% on this Ashley Signature Design bedroom, just $14.99. And find beautiful new styles like this sofa, just $5.99. Plus, these recliners are buy one, get one free. Buy today for immediate delivery and pay no interest for 54 months. Only at Royal Furniture.
Good morning, Gadsden. You're watching CBS 42. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin.
Hey, welcome back into the CBS 42 Morning News. I'm Art Franklin. We are working on several news stories this half hour, including a vice presidential candidate heading to Birmingham today. We'll tell you about that. Let's find out what Jamie is working on over there as well. Jamie?
The 9/11 anniversary. It's hard to believe, Art. I know you know.
11 years, yeah.
It's been 15 years.
15 years, right.
Where did the time go? Unbelievable. But we talk with Birmingham firefighters about how the attack has changed the way that they prepare things now.
Yeah, that is hard to believe. It's been 15 years, so look forward to that when I was up there in New York for that. We go over to the Storm Track Weather Center, and we're going to do something like Shaka Khan-like. Tell me something good, Ashley.
Hey, I'll tell you something good this morning. Sunshine, 90s this afternoon.
That's
So
good.
we'll take it. I know that's your kind of forecast.
It is.
You like the hot weather.
Hot, steamy, just warm weather. I love
That's
it.
right. See, and I'm more of a upper 80s kind of a
Kinda
gal
cool, yeah.
myself.
Well,
you
that's
know,
not
so
cool.
like we'll back
That's
off
nice.
just a little bit. So, you know, I always tell folks we'll see sunshine today, but I'll let the opinions stay to you. I'll just tell you what it is. Here's what it is today for your morning bus stop forecast. 71 as the kids head out the door this morning. As you head home from school, kiddos, temperatures will be in the lower 90s. I give both forecasts, though, an A for the most part. Very few complaints with the forecast today. It's going to look nice for those ball games tonight as well. Coming up, Storm Track meteorologist Michael Smith joins us with more football forecasts, and I'll be breaking down the college games. All that's ahead in your Storm Track 7-day forecast. But right now, let's get a check on that morning commute. Here's Rachel and your real-time traffic.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, Birmingham looks great this morning. So does Gadsden. Good morning to you in Etowah County. Different story than yesterday. I-59 all clear for you from Attala all the way to Collinsville and all throughout Gadsden to Birmingham this morning. The only thing I've been tracking is a little bit of a slowdown for about 2 miles. Highway 411 just south of Highway 278 to Rainbow City. It's kind of been pockets here and pockets by Rainbow City since 4 o'clock, so I'll continue to monitor it. I'm not tracking any accidents along Highway 411, or none have been reported either, so I'll continue to update you as those delays clear out. Here's a live look at I-59 in Trussville. Your drive time's next with your real-time traffic.
And development right now, we are working to learn new information about the shooting involving a Birmingham police officer. It happened in the Gate City community. CBS 42 News reporter Britt Moore live at police headquarters this morning. Britt, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we're told police are going through all of that evidence they gathered yesterday, including shell casings and all of the weapons involved, trying to piece together exactly what happened during yesterday's shooting. Now, this all went down around 4:30 yesterday afternoon at the corner of Georgia Road and Joppa Court. Now, police were called to investigate a man acting erratically and making vulgar comments to people in the neighborhood there. Now, we're told a police officer approached that man and he ran. Police say the suspect had 2 guns on him. The suspect and police officer somehow bumped into each other. That's when one of the guns went off. So right now, police are trying to figure out which gun actually went off. That can kind of determine multiple outcomes of the situation. We're expecting an update from Birmingham police today at any point. As soon as we get that information, we'll pass that along to you. Just stick with CBS 42 on air, online, WIAT.com. For now, we're live in Birmingham. Britt Moore, CBS 42 News.
Also happening today, Hillary Clinton's running mate, Senator Tim Kaine, coming to Birmingham. Kaine will be in town for a private fundraiser in Mountain Brook. That begins at noon. Tickets are $1,000 apiece, but attendees who donate $2,700 will get their picture made with Kaine. Stay with CBS 42 News throughout the day for the latest development on Kaine's visit to the Magic City. Also happening today, the U.S. House expected to vote on a bill that would allow 9/11 victims' families to sue Saudi Arabia in U.S. court. 15 of the 19 hijackers connected to the terrorist attacks were Saudi Arabian citizens. The Senate unanimously passed the lawsuit legislation earlier this summer. However, the bill faces a possible presidential veto in an effort to protect U.S. relations abroad.
Well, the attacks on 9/11 forced first responders all over the country to stay prepared for anything. And new this morning, the Birmingham Fire Department has had to do the same. Since 9/11, Birmingham firefighters have focused more on being prepared, not just fighting fires. The department now has state-funded hazmat units and has even adopted a nationwide management system. Now, this allows Birmingham firefighters to go anywhere in the country to help out.
We don't have 10 codes or any kind of codes now, so we can go and work with New York firefighters. New York firefighters can come to Birmingham and work with us, and we all speaking the same language.
Now, at the time of the attacks, Birmingham Fire Department did not have much or enough resources to send any firefighters to New York to help out, but now they do. In fact, a team just got back from Baton Rouge helping flood survivors.
Well, Crimson Tide fans are gearing up for their first home game this weekend. But before you head to Bryant-Denny Stadium, there are some important things you need to know about. CBS 42 News reporter Sarah Canty joining us live from Tuscaloosa. Hey, Sarah, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Well, we've been telling you about these clear bag policies. They're used to increase security and also move security lines faster. Well, this same policy is in effect here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Now, this is creating some fashionable alternatives popping up as opposed to the traditional plastic bag. A local vendor at the Makers Market is selling clear plastic totes, and the idea came about from the national championship game, and so they just kept it going.
If you buy your bags from us, it's staying local. The vendor that sells them will actually be on campus next to the stadium. In case you get too close and can't stop by us, we're only a mile from the stadium. But just be sure to have the right bag, or you'll end up with maybe a Ziploc or something.
Wallets and small clutches are all okay, so this is only for people who are bringing in anything that will not fit in a smaller bag or in their pockets. But it's important to know about this clear bag policy before you head to the stadium, because if you don't have one, it could really slow you down. Live in Tuscaloosa, Sarah Canty, CBS 42 News.
And make sure you join us this weekend for the Red Zone starting tonight at 10:15. We will have the latest information from both Auburn and Alabama. The Red Zone pregame show is Saturday at 1:30, and then after the Alabama game at 6 o'clock, we will have Nick Saban live, all right here on CBS 42 News. But today, dozens of high school football teams will hit the field, but a bug infestation has kicked one local football team out of their stadium. The Centerpoint High School principal tells CBS 42 they are moving tonight's game to Minor. The Eagle Stadium has an infestation of army worms. The worms were found yesterday and the grounds have been treated. However, out of caution, both principals agreed to move the game. Kickoff will stay the same, 7 p.m. tonight. New this morning, the contract for the newly hired state superintendent Michael's sentence is final. The state board approved the $198,000 contract yesterday.
I want to tell you that I'm disturbed.
Well, that approval was almost delayed for a number of reasons. Board members went back and forth about the superintendent withdrawing his application during the selection process. Sentence told board members he was contacted by general counsel to consider rescinding his decision. The other issue is Sentence's classroom and school administration experience.
I have a depth of understanding of the challenges that they're going to start to see that there's some energy here that we can capture and move students forward.
Sentence's contract extends through December 2018.
The case against 4 men accused in the shooting of a Jefferson County deputy is now going to a grand jury. The suspects, Stephen Gadsden, Antoine Riggs, and Tarian Riggs, and DeJuan Dedrick, all sat next to each other as testimony was given at a probable cause hearing. The 4 are accused of attempted murder in a June 30th shooting.
Probable cause hearing is just for them to put on probable cause. We're going to deal with some facts that I don't think they're going to be able to dispute.
Until that grand jury hearing, all 4 men are free on bond but must continue electronic monitoring with ankle devices.
Well, happening today, if you're in search of a new job, this may interest you. The Birmingham Public Library Central Branch is offering a job readiness resume clinic from 10 o'clock this morning until 2 this afternoon. The class will provide step-by-step explanations for creating an effective resume. That's really important, and you can get it for free. Still to come this morning, a warning for drivers why Ford is recalling 3 million vehicles. Ashley?
Well, pleasant start on this Friday morning. Sunshine and full supply through the afternoon. So how does it look for those football games tonight and this weekend? Find out ahead in your Storm Track 7-day forecast.
But first, a warning for grandparents, how to protect yourself from a scam targeting you. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Every child deserves a good education. That's why CBS 42 and these sponsors are proud to be a part of the One Class at a Time grant program. Each week, we present local teachers with $1,000 grants, money for classroom supplies and equipment to enhance learning and encourage growth. If you're a teacher and believe that a $1,000 grant would help your classroom, go to WIAT.com to apply. Thanks to these caring sponsors, CBS 42 is making a difference one class at a time.
What makes a perfect tailgate? Well, first, you need friends. A lot of friends. Something to eat. Something to drink. Games to play. Oh, yeah. Did we mention something to eat? A bit of shade. A place to sit. A bunch of pride. A bunch. Easy, fellas. You need some of this, some of that, and a little. Put it together and you've got the perfect tailgate, courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Cato has come up with some really fun looks for fall, and we couldn't wait to take these styles to the streets. Can you believe these jeans are less than $30? Fashion for every day at prices for everyone. Shop Cato and CatoFashions.com.
When you're in control of your finances, I just feel like you're in control of your future.
When we were getting ready to open the business, we shopped around a couple different banks. But when we went to Regions, they treated us the best.
Oh, really? The customer service is, amazing. Our Regions banker, Stacy, has great advice for the business and our personal finances.
You walk in, they treat you right. It makes you just want to keep going back. And we're ready to take our next step.
Window World is a proud sponsor of the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin.
Well, we're glad to have you along with us on this Friday morning. Welcome back into the CBS 42 Morning News. The time right now, 5:42. And right now, the Attorney General's office is warning people about a scam targeting grandparents right here in Alabama. Attorney General Luther Strange says his office has gotten a lot of calls about a recurring fraud situation. Here's how it works. The scammer calls an elderly person and pretends to be a grandchild or other relative in trouble and in need of money. The caller asks for the victim to wire money or buy a prepaid card for them. There have also been instances where the person asks for gift cards. So if you or your family member gets a call like this, call your local police department immediately. New this morning, dozens of people have gotten hepatitis A because of an outbreak linked to frozen strawberries. The CDC says 89 people got sick in Virginia and other states as far away as Oregon. Nearly all of the patients interviewed reported drinking smoothies containing strawberries from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. The strawberries were imported from Egypt. Tropical Smoothie Cafe has since switched to a different supplier. Right now, the FAA is warning airline passengers not to use Samsung smartphones on planes. The Aviation Safety Board does not want passengers to turn on or even charge a new model Samsung smartphone during those flights. Passengers were also urged not to put the phones in checked bags. All this comes after several reports of the Galaxy Note 7 devices catching fire. Samsung recently stopped selling the phones and recalled more than 2 million phones.
Ford is expanding its recall for problems with door latches. In all, nearly 2.4 million vehicles are on the recall list. Ford says a spring in the side door latch of vehicles can break and the door can come open while driving. The latches will be replaced at no cost to customers, and the vehicles recalled include the 2013 to 2015 C-Max and Escape, the 2012 to 2015 Focus, 2015 Mustang and Lincoln MKC, and the 2014 to 2016 Transit Connect. Right now, the preliminary competition is underway for our Miss America contestants in Atlantic City. And Miss Alabama, Haley Barber, you see there, has already won several awards, including a STEM Scholarship Award, the Jean Bartell Quality of Life Award, the National Miracle Maker Award, and a local Miracle Maker Award for her work with Children's Miracle Network. She has over $21,000 in scholarship money from competing for the title of Miss America so far. And this is video of her performing her talent earlier this week. The 2017 Miss America crowning is Sunday night.
Well, happening today, many students in Philadelphia will have a short day of school because of scorching heat. School administrators say classes will end at noon at all public schools in Philly. Forecasters say the temperature could hit 94 degrees, tying the record set more than 130 years ago. But the heat index in the city is expected to be close to 100 degrees. All after-school activities will be canceled, including those athletic programs. It's unusual to be that hot this time of year in Philly, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we generally see temperatures in the 90s kind of up the eastern seaboard, but Philadelphia starts to see a little bit of an earlier fall than we do.
So that's getting a little cool.
And I say for all the Southerners, before you start going throwing stones at Philly for it being 94 and them closing school, they say the same thing about us come the winter time and we see one flake of snow.
Exactly. So you're absolutely right about that. And we want kids to be safe, so that's important.
Absolutely.
So what about today? I said earlier, like, tell me something good.
Yeah. I won't finish that because I karaoke. No one wants to hear me sing this morning, but I will say we're seeing sunshine today. Here's a look at what temperatures are going to be doing as we break down the day hour by hour. 6 o'clock temps in the lower 70s, mid 70s by 8 o'clock, and then nearing 90 for your noontime. The twinkling lights of Birmingham can be seen from high atop Red Mountain from our sky cam there, where temperatures in Birmingham right at this moment are sitting at 70. 66 in Anniston with 65 in T-Town, and looking across the board, with the exception of the Magic City, everyone is starting off in the 60s. 66 in Talladega with 66 in Clanton. Dry scan on our storm track radar. High pressure is ruling our weather. That's going to provide us plenty of sunshine for the coming days and heat. That ridge really keeps any rain at bay and it prevents those clouds from forming. Highs in Tuscaloosa this afternoon, 94. Coleman, we'll see 92 today with 93 in Clanton and 92 in Anniston. If you are heading to some of those ball games this weekend, 2:30 kickoff for the Western Kentucky-Alabama game. It's a home opener. It's going to be hot, 95, especially if you're sitting in the upper deck with that intense sunshine. Bring the sunscreen. Auburn fans, your game is going to start closer to sunset, so a little bit of reprieve there, mid-80s for that kickoff, but tailgating is going to be hot in the afternoon, lower 90s down on the plains. It stays dry really through most of the weekend. I will mention a stray shower on Sunday, not a washout though. A few clouds build back in early next week, but we will start to see those morning lows dropping just a couple of degrees more, and even those afternoon highs beginning to trend down. So again, signs that fall is not far away. And that's a look at your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Joining me this morning to talk more about football and more about that morning forecast, or the football forecast, is Storm Track meteorologist Michael Smith. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, good Friday morning to you, Ashley. If you haven't heard, there is a big high school rival football game, and it's going down right here at the Hoover Met later on this afternoon into this evening. I'm going to hand that off to my #1 photog, Carrie. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to serve up the forecast for the big game here at the Met. Okay, pregame, 5 o'clock temperatures in the low 90s, 7 o'clock kickoff, mid 80s, 9 p.m. lower 80s. Overall, a nice evening, a hot afternoon, nice evening. Okay, Cordova taking on Haleyville. Temperatures 7 p.m. kickoff in the lower 80s, gradually dipping down to the lower 80s by 9 o'clock. A beautiful morning here at the Hoover Met, just downright hot later on this afternoon. That's the latest Friday football forecast. Now let's send it over to Rachel and real-time traffic.
Thank you, Michael. The roadways